messy. Like, how did they manage to ruin this for me within a week? Like, hey guys, welcome back. Season 3, episode 3 of Insecure. I don't even know what to say, child. I do. I have my notes. Don't y'all worry. We chilling today. I'm actually laid back. We really chilling. So this episode is called Backwards Like, and it literally was backwards as hell. Like, last episode I told y'all that I was turning into Team Issa and Daniel, rooting for them together, and of course in Insecure fashion my hopes and dreams came crashing down. I'm no longer Team Issa and Daniel, needless to say, but that could always change because this show is always changing. Molly went to her new job today. When she got in and everyone was black, it was really cool, and she was dancing in her little window and stuff. I don't know why she had to mention like the McDonald's ad or everybody being black. Like, you knew what you're walking into. It's pretty freaking cool. You don't have to mention it at every turn. For example, I work at a clinic. It's like a therapy clinic. The two people that own the clinic are black women. Okay, then there's me. That's 3 of us that are black women that are therapists. And I've never once mentioned the fact that I work for black people. I've never once mentioned the fact that it's like a black place to work. Like, it just so happened this way. Like, why are you talking like that? I've never mentioned the fact that we're all black. I think about it, I think it's pretty cool. Like, why is she so annoying? Like, Molly is so annoying and inappropriate. And from the moment she walked into this black office, she acted like a freaking fool, like tone deaf. I don't understand. I was so happy to not see Molly last episode, and now I'm back seeing Molly again, and she's a freaking idiot, and I'm just not here for Molly this season or any other season. So now we have the meeting with Daniel and Khalil. Khalil tweaked his beat a little bit. Khalil added some drums to Daniel's beat. Daniel was not having it. Daniel was very prideful in his work. Now, what I will say is that I don't fault Daniel for not liking the tweaks or for not wanting his art, his work to be tweaked by Khalil. So what I will say is, in that moment, Daniel should have stood up for himself, or simply said, like, I don't like it, I don't want to do it, I understand that this is what you think he would like, and this is what this like sounds good right now, blah blah, but if we can't do it my way, I don't want to do it. That would have been the mature and the adult thing to do in that moment. Instead, Daniel chose the bitch route. He chose the completely underhanded, undermining. Like, I would never, like, I don't even understand why he felt that that was appropriate or okay to undermine Khalil and play his beat for the rapper. Like, that's fast forwarding through the episode. So Issa was looking at another job with the kids and the music and the dancing. She really liked that organization, and it seems they're, you know, laying breadcrumbs for her to go and find an actual passion. And I think that it would be really cool for her, obviously, to find this field that she can actually use her experience at We Got Y'all and bring it to a different job that also is servicing and helping youth. One thing I did not like, I don't like that the black firm had to have like these backwards way of doing things, or the least advanced way of doing things. I felt like, why couldn't they just have like some internal issues, some drama maybe, but why make the black firm like backwards? I did not like that. Like, I felt like there's no reason why her white firm was using an online program and e-signatures or whatever the case might be, but the black firm using carriers, and the carriers is not always on time, and the carriers is like outsourced. Like, why did they have to have it like this? Like, can we just have a black firm that's popping? Like, because my job, it's a black owned business and they do everything way more advanced than my last job, which was a white-owned business, and the majority of people that worked there were white. I don't want to like bring up my personal life, but I just feel like it's unrealistic to put this like stigma on the black firm, which is why I brought it up. The property management job, Issa went to the apartments to look at it, and the rent was cut in half, and she was like obviously seeing a way out of Daniel's house. And I'm happy to see Issa the past 2 episodes really stepping up and trying her hardest to get up out of his house and just to better her life. Then we go to Daniel and her at the laundromat, and Daniel and her have great chemistry still. They're really cute or whatever, but then we have him telling her to not take the job and that she can't do it, she can't handle it, da 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 da. First of all, if she took this property management job, why would she still be doing Lyft? If her rent is going to be so cheap, she could just do her regular job that she has and then do property management. I don't know that type of job, so I don't know if it's really like crazy demanding, but he was doing that because he wanted her to stay in his house. He wanted her to be an emotional support system, and he wanted her to be around. And that was completely like selfish, and I did not. That was the first strike against Daniel for me. So then we go out to Molly, and Molly is starting to say these things like, at my old firm, at my old firm, at my old firm. Sis, why couldn't Molly just say, I think because of my experience based on my years in the field, or just like, oh, well, I know about XYZ, you guys should look into that. Oh, I don't want these boxes in my office. Why is she saying that at my old firm we had a storage unit? I, Molly, right now don't want these boxes in my office. Can we figure it out? Now she gave herself this freaking badge of the annoying girl. Like, she's so annoying. They're gonna tease her, they're gonna mock her, no one's gonna like her. When you begin a new job, you move a certain way. You don't ever talk bad about anybody to anyone, okay? Like, you need to act as if you have no issues unless you speak to somebody directly. These comments she's making get spread around because she's a new person. You can't trust your assistant, you can't trust your co-workers. You act as if you are happy-go-lucky all the time until you may or may not build like an alliance with someone. Then you can like talk shit with that person, but you don't be the first day saying slick comments. Like, is she dumb? I don't, even in the white job or any job, you just don't go to a new job and cause like drama, like, or make negative statements, because now she has this badge of like annoying ass Molly. We get into like Issa and Daniel staying in the same bed. Foolishness just for drama, because it was pretty naive of Issa to think that her and Daniel could live together and sleep in the same bed, be platonic, or figure out their situation while so close together, not having other partners around or going to see them, just like sleeping in the same bed every single night. Like, for how long? Like, what was the goal here? What was the plan here? I genuinely didn't understand what she envisioned happening. I know what he envisioned happening. I don't know what she envisioned happening with that. I think she was naive to think that this was going to be like some easy fix, because they were on a good stretch, because they were communicating better. Did not mean that the whole thing was just like no issues, you know what I mean? Also, Molly kept making these black jokes, like about why the guy was late, and he wasn't late, he just wasn't gonna come at the time. Like you're doing too much. She's doing so much. I don't know if her working in a white firm for so long has made her like, I don't know, like these, I don't know why she was so inappropriate the entire episode. So then we get into Daniel in the studio with Khalil and the rapper, and Daniel, slick, underhanded, unappreciative, inexcusable. He sat there and played his version for the rapper. The rapper loved it. Khalil was rightfully so pissed off because so inappropriate. Like, who the hell do you think you are? You're here because of me, because your connection, your homeboy flaked out on you. Where's your friend at? I don't see him anywhere. You're here because of me, and then you chose to, like, in front of my face and look at me like, and what? Like, how dare you? So old boy was mad, and old boy isn't no pushover. So he was like, all right, play the other version. Go ahead, you know. And I was thinking the guy was gonna love that one and hate the Daniel version, but worst happened, because at least if he liked the new version, he could have both of them get credit for the song, and it would have been good for both of them. Instead, he was like, I can't pick, which is interesting. That was really weird. He couldn't pick. And then Khalil was like, all right, I have other things that I made to play for you. Bye, Daniel. Bye. See you never. Don't come back here no more. Like, why would he, like, and my whole thing was, even if the rapper Spider, that's his name, I remember now, even if Spider picked Daniel's track, there's no saying that that could have been like a hit. Like, there's no way to say that that could have been like the best thing that could have happened to him. So why burn this bridge with Khalil, who is successful, who has been genuinely nice and open with you? You just burn this bridge for your pride when you could have had a conversation, and Khalil might have just been the guy. Cool, play him your version, whatever. You know what I mean? At least have the adult, the man-to-man adult conversation before you go behind my back like a little girl, like a child, like, you know? That pissed me off. I was like, damn, Daniel, I can't rock with you no more. You weak. Immediately after we get into Issa and Daniel, Issa was buying dinner or lunch, whatever that was, and Daniel was pissy. He, you know, told her what went down, and she told her his opinion, and honestly, what she said to him was the same thing that I would have said, because what? And then he chose to snap back at her ass because he was pissed, okay? He snapped back at her, and it was rude as hell. That was the end of that. But Daniel, just like, pick a side, because Issa has been a huge emotional support for him. She has been a huge supporter and like encourager emotionally for him, which he so desperately needed, because he didn't have that, you know, and he craved it. The same way that he gave her a roof over her head, she gave him emotional support that he so desperately needed, and that's why he wanted her to leave. We all know Issa ain't perfect, okay? And she got issues, and she's trying, and when someone is really making strides, to like cut them down and dig at them and jab at them in those moments is just really childish and like hurtful, because they're really trying. If she was still like doing not a damn thing, it's a little bit different. It's still hurtful, it's still mean, but she was really trying to make strides, and he was truthfully like hitting her where it hurts, you know? And I don't really have sympathy for him, because he did a very underhanded thing to Khalil, and it was a really bitch move. So it's like, Daniel, get together. Like, I don't, whew. So then the sex scene, oh my gosh. So after they had that fight, they go home. Why she's on his bed again? They had a fight. Go, like, what's going on here? So she's in the bed, they back to back. He doesn't apologize. He just says, like, you know, why I said what I said. It wasn't because of the, it's like, okay, but can you apologize? Is that like possible here or not? So then she says, cool, she doesn't mean that. She's still upset because it was a very hurtful thing that he said to her. So then he begins to try to, you know, get intimate with her. He's kissing on her, touching on her, and it's like, sir, you just really truthfully offended the hell out of me. My feelings are hurt. Didn't apologize. You didn't discuss what we're doing right here, what happened a couple hours ago. None of that. We're just in silence, and your little sentence is what you think is enough to do what, you know? And it was so awkward, because he really was like trying to get stuff popping, and it was a no-go. It was a no-fly zone. It was a shop was closed. And I was just like watching like this. It was so like awkward, and I was actually happy that it didn't end with some like dramatic love sex scene, because it wouldn't have been really, like, he really hurt her feelings. I can only hope that they have a convo, and that she can like discuss with him like his flaws and his faults and what he needs to work on, and vice versa, and that he can apologize to Khalil. Even though if I was Khalil, I wouldn't work with him because you're like a bitch. Like, for real. Like, what? Messy. Like, how did they manage to ruin this for me within a week? Like, I was so happy last week, and now I'm just like ill. Molly ill. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm ill about Issa and Daniel. I'm ill about Daniel. Issa is the only person that I'm like, okay, Issa, get your life together. Although we all know this job she's doing, this property management, is going to be a freaking mess, but it'll be just more entertainment. So that's all I have for this week's episode of Insecure. If you disagree or agree, definitely comment down below. Let's have a dialogue. Do you feel like Issa should have comforted Daniel when he was explaining what happened with Spider and Khalil, or should she have been open like she was in that scene? Do you feel like Daniel was as wrong as I feel he was to underhandedly go and play that beat in the studio? Like, how dare you? Or was it like, this is my shot, let me just take it? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about Issa and Daniel together? Are your minds changed? Last episode we were all just like, oh yeah, team Dan, team Issa, blah, blah, blah. How do y'all feel right now? Are you guys off it? I watched the wind down after the episode, and the actor that plays Daniel was talking about seeing Daniel and Issa without Lawrence and the context of how their lives have basically changed with Lawrence being gone, and how her friends play like a negative role in that whole equation, and how they're painting Daniel in a certain light, or painting her and him together in a negative light because of the context of, you know, where they came from and what they used to know them as. But I just felt like, yes, very true. Same time, what y'all are doing here don't make no sense. Okay. And a true friend would tell you that. If for her to move out and get her life on track, and then, you know, get into him and get into them together, or attempting to work stuff out, is a whole different convo, and we could try that out at separate homes. But living together in the same bed platonically, not so much. Not here for it. So happy we survived another week without Dro. Very happy about that. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'll see you in my next video. Give it a thumbs up. It helps the video be seen, helps me be seen. If you are new, subscribe and click the bell so you will get notified when I post new videos about hair or fashion or makeup or whatever I feel like that week. And I'll see you guys in the next one.